these in hand, so there's not much to complain about there. It's definitely the back to school influence that is causing this, but September always feels like an opportunity for a second new start in the year, even though the year is technically 3/4 of the way through nearly. So, but you know what? There's never a bad time for a fresh start. And that's kind of what I want to focus on this week, is reaffirming some habits that I know are healthy for me that I've kind of been like, about. I think it's really easy to be down on ourselves when we're just like not doing the things that we know make us feel good. But that's just life, baby. You know, sometimes you go through phases where you may need something else at that moment in time. So I'm not being hard on myself for these things at all. I'm just kind of looking at this next month, especially September as a whole, as just that, a fresh beginning, new start, blank slate. Let's do it. Let's get our shit together. One of the things that I really need to firm up is just stop looking at this in the morning. And I've been bad about it because it's this, right? I think we all know the drill there. And the thing is, when I'm on this in the morning, it detracts from my favorite part of usually my morning routine, which is being able to read. And if you recall, usually in the mornings I reserve it for my nonfiction reading, because although in the morning, yes, you're a little bit groggier, I just find that's a great uplifting way to start your day with the material in nonfiction, because usually you're learning something new, or the contents of it in itself are very inspiring, motivating. It's just a very good tone for the day, especially in comparison to so definitely feel like I've been gravitating towards fiction because it's just easy, but I want to get back into the habit because this is such a critical time of day for me to fit in nonfiction reading. And I get a lot of questions about, you know, how I make time for it. It's really having a designated time of the day that is like, that's nonfiction reading time. And I just haven't been sticking to it as firmly, so we're getting back. We're doing it. I've talked about this nonfiction book before I went to Portugal, but I didn't bring it with me. That was a key mistake. I should have brought it with me. I was really firm on not bringing physical books, but alas, I'm still reading Marry Him, The Case for Settling for Mr. Goodenough by Lori Gottlieb. Still not quite halfway, so I'm really curious to see where this lands. We'll have a lot to talk about this one. But I mean, even like during the morning, if I'm really struggling, like I want to pick up this one too, the 101 essays that will change the way you think. There's so many good like morning starters here. How to stop worrying about how your life looks and start focusing on how it feels. Like that sounds like a great way to start my morning. So this is gonna be the mood, and we're gonna try and not do as much of my fiction reading right now. But in case you are wondering, because I am actually liking the book I'm reading right now, I'm reading Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. If you are on Book Talk or Bookstagram, this is a very highly anticipated release for 2022 because The Love Hypothesis was such a massive book, and so far I am 46% of the way in. I do think Ali Hazelwood is like a good one if you just want something that's easy breezy. Oh, I need to get my highlighter. I always have a highlighter in hand when I'm reading nonfiction. One of my favorite books about habits that I talk about all the time is Atomic Habits by James Clear. And one of the tips that he puts in that book when you're trying to start a new habit, or I guess in this case, kind of kickstart one back up, is to habit stack. So take a habit that you already do all the time and attach the new habit to it. Another thing he talks about is making the habit that you want to do as easy to do as possible. So making it as small as can be. So if you want to start working out, try getting in the habit of just putting on workout clothes. Do that until that becomes automatic, and then expand to a 5-minute workout, a 10-minute workout, and build that up rather than going from 0 to 100. Like, I want to start working out, so I'm going to do an hour workout every day this week. It's kind of unrealistic because it's so far removed from the regular routine. Meditation for me is something I always go through waves with. It's something that I personally find really helpful. I know, you know, everyone has their own relationship with meditation, and I do think it also can be something easy to gloss over these days because a lot of people talk about it online, especially when it comes to self-care. But something I put up on Instagram a couple days ago was the fact that I do think meditation looks different to everyone and can look different to you every single day. It doesn't just have to be sitting down and meditating cross-legged in a dark room with silence. It can also be found when you're chopping vegetables or you're doing laundry. Someone had mentioned washing dishes or taking a shower. Like, these very seemingly mundane activities can have a lot of power to them when you just go into them with the intention of being really present within them. I don't know. I find it does some magical things in my brain. But I do like the traditional meditation, not necessarily in a dark room, but trying to keep things quiet. I like sitting cross-legged. Sometimes I like to lay down, and it's just something I haven't been as like on. I know it's something that helps me feel just more grounded. It doesn't fix everything, but it gives me, it's a tool that comes in handy. I just had breakfast, and I feel like if I get in the habit of doing a meditation after I eat, that's a good habit stacking opportunity. Habit equaling breakfast, adding the habit of doing meditation. Beautiful incurs. And I really want to break it down, not even go to a 10-minute meditation. Like, I'm just gonna try and find a 5-minute one. And usually there are ones that are associated with different feelings. So I'm gonna do a 5-minute meditation for positive energy.
Begin by getting into a comfortable position.
I gotta go do this now.
Spine tall and straight, and palms resting facing open. And ribcage fully expand as you breathe in. Breath is held at the top. And whenever you're ready, powerfully exhale through your mouth. At the bottom of that breath, do this
one. You're gonna need a smaller cabinet, because now you can take all those supplements you're taking.
Nothing takes you out of that.
Vitamins, minerals.
More than an ad playing right afterwards. Okay. I feel like I should be saying that that felt so yummy. But that was really tough, and I can't decipher if it was tough because a minute into the meditation I realized the camera was still rolling and it was taking up a lot of memory space to have it rolling. But I didn't want to turn you off and get out of the moment. Also, I don't think that was like my favorite guided meditation. But you know what? It doesn't matter that the experience wasn't optimal. It's just that I made the step. So tomorrow, try again. Keep coming back, because there were like little pockets in there where I felt really good. I feel like I always, when it comes to meditating, feel, I know it sounds cheesy, but an energy that feels like it's emitting from my fingertips especially. I always feel when they ask you to put your palms up and you start to really focus on your body, that this is an area where it just feels like whew, something's there. And I know that sounds cheesy or a little bit like woo, but it's true to my experience with meditation. And like that's the pocket where I feel like the most release comes over my body, is when I'm just in that state of like, I'm so not thinking about other things that I'm welcoming that sensation. Okay, I'm going off to the P.O. box. I haven't been to the P.O. box since I left, so I don't anticipate a lot of packages there because I kind of anticipated that I'd be gone, but I do have some things to pick up. This is the outfit for today. I got the belt bag back in action, and the whole outfit is from, I'm gonna give you 2 seconds to guess. Abercrombie, yep. Bodysuit. I love this one. It has this little ribbing here. Mom jeans in the darker wash. I think I'm gonna be living in these in the fall. And that's that. It's a little chillier right now, and it's gonna get super hot in the afternoon. So I wanna kind of have a little bit of fall vibes right now. Oh, I should go pick up a pumpkin spice latte. Oh my God, the excitement that like washed over me right there. Jeez. I have some arnica gel to put on my shoulder. To be honest, I don't know if it really does anything, but it's supposed to do something, so I'm just trying to believe that it does. I think like sometimes it's half the battle with anything that you do when you're not feeling good. If you think it's gonna work, your brain will do the work of making you think it's working. Was the right move today, because it's not super hot, but you can tell it's climbing when you're walking. Oh my God, Oh my god. Oh, I'm not particularly looking forward to this letter that I got in the mail. Sometimes you just know it's not fun mail. Ugh. This is the new bullet journal in this beautiful midnight navy blue. This is still edition 2, so I think it's just the cover that changed. Smart Dog grid paper, pocket guide, lies flat, 3 bookmarks, 206 numbered pages, sustainably sourced, ink-proof paper, 120 GSM, art and fountain pen friendly. That is a beautiful color. Oh my goodness. I don't want any judgment for this purchase, okay? I'm coming off a little strong because I feel like I'm upset with myself a little bit for making this purchase. I had to. In my defense, saw this last year and I didn't buy it. I was strong and I was upset when they sold out because I had finally concluded I wanted it. I really want it now, and I feel like you need to get it now so you can get the full maximum use of it during spooky season, which I'm gonna start using in September because too cute, too cute. I'm sorry, not sorry. I am gonna go through my mugs though, and I think it's time to get rid of some of them, just a few. Okay, so here's the deal. I need to clean out this fridge. Not clean out, that sounds dramatic, but clear some things out because, like, for example, I know this is expired, but yeah, that expired about a month ago. So, you know, I need to get rid of those things. Hate to do it, but must do it. This feta, I'm ashamed to admit, there's still a little bit in there, was open before I left the country and I forgot to throw it out. So I'm terrified to see what's inside there. I have an empty thing of my hot sauce. Like, why haven't I thrown this out? Makes no sense. Okay, we need to deal with this though. Okay. Mustard, soy sauce is fine, fine. August 7th, oh, devastating. Literally took like 10 minutes max to get that done, and I just feel a lot better because I know what's in the fridge is actually good. Just gotta do that regularly so that things don't go crazy. Also, please take note of my magnet craze that I went on in one trip. That's how many I brought back. There's no reason for that. I think I need to give some away. Something I've also gotten the habit of doing with this new trash can is whenever I replace the garbage, I give it a wipe down and let it air out so that it doesn't become stinky, because I'm over that. I don't want stinky trash. So let's all just give myself a little round of applause for that one. Oh, I am so happy to be on the mat right now. Earlier in the week, I must have slept on it wrong, or maybe when I was working out last week I did something, but my left shoulder neck area has been so painful for the past few days, and today is the first day where I feel like I can actually do some movement. But it is crazy how much I had just felt off my game not being able to work out if I wanted to. It really has made me appreciate feeling nothing. I feel like whenever you have an injury or you're feeling sick, you just grow a very tremendous amount of appreciation for feeling normal and nothing, because it really is a gift. Since it is just a little bit sore still, I'm not going to strain it too much. I'm going to do a really yummy yoga stretching focused practice just to kind of warm up those muscles and maybe help it in its final stages of recovery. But this is just gonna feel so good. Oh, I do just feel so tight in this area right here. Oy, oy, oy. Love a clean floor. It's one of my pet peeves when I can see little specks of dirt on the floor, and I have a nearly black floor, so, well, I guess a dark gray. It shows everything, and I've made a big mental note, never doing this in my own home because I'm vacuuming all the time. That being said, post-vacuum is a high that I wish upon everyone. As I was hydrating post-vacuum though, I was like, hey, I need to be hydrating more. So I'm downloading a new hydration reminder app and kind of kickstarting it again, because I feel like sometimes when you use the same one, you kind of tune out the notifications. I just kind of want to try a different vibe. I feel like it's going to, oh. Never mind. Okay, where is my regular hydration app? Maybe I just need to get reacquainted with it. Water tracker, there we go. And I can set the interval of the time between wake up and bedtime and how often I want the reminder. I think every 2 hours is probably more like it. Maybe start this at 7:30 a.m. and end it at 11. And then basically every time you drink something, you just press this plus sign and you can track it, and there's more features here. I need to wash my hair though. That's what's kind of happening right now. I'm trying to disguise the scalp. Watching a new show for me, but one that I think is already on its 4th season. I think that's the recent one that came out, but it's called Succession, and I've heard things over the years about it, and I don't know what kind of compelled me. Oh, I finally got HBO again because of the new Game of Thrones show. So I decided to start it, and I'm on episode 8 right now, and I'm very intrigued by it. Matthew McFadden is in the show, and I am baffled by how different of a character he plays in this show in comparison to Mr. Darcy. Like, the talent is unreal. Although it sounds silly, I think starting a completely new, fresh TV series can be so, it changes the vibe of the season that you're in. Like, I feel like it was a perfect time to start this at the end of summer, beginning of fall, because now I've got like a new fall show to dive into. New game changer though for me in the nail bit department that I want to talk to you guys about is I finally tried out the Essie gel collection. Essentially, you do the color first and then you have to seal it with this gel top coat. My nail color actually stays on. Oh, like, do you know how much that is not part of the storyline when it comes to me painting nails? Usually it chips within 24 hours, and this duo, oh, magic happens. I do think it also helps that I do a lighter color, because then if there are just the slightest chips, I can still extend it for a longer period of time. But I've really been loving this to the point where it's gotten me excited to paint my nails again, because I do love the look of having my nails done. I think it just is very feminine and it looks put together. It looks great when your hand is filled with rings too. It's just, it's scrumptious. I'm using the color Polished and Poised, and I usually do 2 coats of this, a coat of this. I can probably get 5 days out of this, and that is unheard of when I do nail polish. Oh my goodness, so exciting. I did end up finishing the 1st season of Succession. Very excited for season 2. The nails are done, and I wanted to kind of just like touch base towards the end of this vlog and kind of sum up my thinking going into September. Like, we're heading into my favorite time of the year. September to December is just when I thrive. It's what I gear up all year for. And one of the things that's top of mind is I want to have fun these next 4 months, because I feel like 2022 has been really heavy with me just worrying about this, that, and the other, and I just want to let that go and be present, enjoy the moment that I'm in a bit, not to necessarily ignore those worries or concerns or things I need to figure out, but just kind of let them not be at the forefront so much. I want to make time for friends and family and prioritize memory making and say yes to more things, go with the flow, you know, all that juicy stuff. So I feel like I want to encourage you to join me in setting an intention of what you want the next 4 months, the last months of 2022 to look like, because that can give you something to guide you as you're navigating these next months. I feel like even just reminding myself of the small habits that make me feel good and doing them in a short amount of time has made me feel so much better. And that is my mother, another person who makes me feel incredible. So on that note, I'm gonna go answer the phone, and I will see you all very soon with a new one. Oh, also let me know what videos you want to see this fall, because I want to take in the requests. Okay, I gotta go. No! I missed it by a second. Hello.
How's it going?
How's it going? I missed that phone call by like a second.
I think you went to Starbucks.
Oh,
What did you?
I approve of that decision.